Hey everyone, Brian Bailon here, your local Phoenix Realtor. And if you are a home buyer right now, I have some very important tips to go over with you to save you time and to save you money. So stay tuned. Before we get into the video, please subscribe to the channel for updates and hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I come out with new videos that'll help you in your real estate goals. My first tip for you is be patient. So there's a lot of things going on right now in the real estate market, specifically with low inventory and above normal demand equals a lot more offers on the same properties. So as a buyer, what you could expect is you're going to go into several houses, you're going to look at homes, you're going to like one, and you're going to put an offer on it, and it's going to have several other offers on it, 5, 6 offers. And this is what I've been seeing in the past few weeks as of when this video is being recorded. And you may not get that house. And that's just the cold hard truth. We're going to do what we can to win that bid, right, and get your offer accepted. But we're also competing with other offers, and they're usually coming in at asking or above asking, and they're not having any concessions or any terms, very clean offers. And sometimes that's just hard to compete with. So that might not be the offer for you unless you're in a position where you really want the house and you're willing to pay a little bit extra or above asking in order to get the house. And that doesn't automatically mean that you're paying overpriced if you're paying over asking, but that's why it's important for us to look through the comps and to see what has recently sold in the neighborhood and compare it to that, and we can make an educated decision whether it's best to put an above asking price. But it all depends on what you want, right? So understanding your position is going to be really important. But yes, it's going to take a lot of patience, and you could be looking at several homes and putting offers on multiple homes before you can get one. And that's totally normal. I wanted to establish that in the beginning. Number 2, speed is going to help you a lot. So your availability is going to be huge when we're going out and looking at homes, as we are finding them online, that you're keeping in track with the inventory and you just know what's out there and you know what you want, so that we can select several few, maybe 4 or 5 homes we can look at, and then get an idea of what's out there. And then if you're ready to put an offer, we should probably get that ready within the same day. And that's going to help a lot because same day offer, I mean, within sometimes they already have multiple offers in there. So I'm asking, are there any current offers on these properties? And they usually give me a range or an idea of what the offers are like if they do. If they don't, then even better, but still doesn't mean that another offer won't come within 24 hours or sooner. So we're constantly on the move, and it's a very fast market for a buyer. So we definitely want to get in there into the house, look at it. You can make a decision quickly. If you need a couple hours, that's great. But once you make that decision, that we can set up the terms for the offer and we can send it in so that we can put our name in the hat for that house. But speed, though, for every part of the process, from looking online to getting out to the property to putting in the offer in, is going to be crucial. So it can be a little stressful, but preparing for now is going to be really helpful, and also doing all your document reading. So reading through the purchase contracts if you need to, or any of the contracts that have to do with between me and you as the buyer, whatever you need to feel comfortable to do your research or your study on is going to be helpful before we actually need to put in the offers. Because it's almost like, yes, we have time to think, but if we already have the set parameters, it's going to help us moving forward, especially when we need speed in order to get offers accepted and submitted. Number 3 is don't be discouraged. And I know it can be really easy to throw in the towel. You know, you've tried several homes, you put 4 or 5 offers on different homes and you haven't won them. And you're just thinking maybe it's not the right time to buy a house. Well, that's just how the market is right now. And the thing is that yes, you will eventually get a house. There will be the right one that comes out. And I tell my clients that if these ones don't go through, if we put an offer on something, it doesn't go through, then it wasn't meant to be. And that's okay, right? And whenever you do find the one that you get an offer accepted on and eventually close on, just trust that that's the right one. Yeah, so it will be a process, right? And maybe sometimes you could get your first offer accepted, and that's great. But the norm, especially on the price point of $350,000 and under, is they typically will go quick, and the competition is quite fierce. So having to submit multiple offers on different properties until you find the right one, which could be a process of several weeks, is going to be normal. So don't get discouraged. Stay in there. Stay, in the battle, if you will, and that one will come when the time is right. Tip number 4, get as many questions as you can answered about the process before you go through the process. And this is really key, and I will go over this with you when we do meet face-to-face or on a Zoom call, and we can discuss any of your questions, go over the process. I have other videos and content. I can send you an email that outlines the process, and it will give you a defined overview that you can use to navigate the process and what will happen within a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And you can prepare mentally and even emotionally if you need to about the process, and financially in regards to earnest money or inspections or appraisal costs, all that kind of stuff. So doing your research ahead of time will completely it will take out a lot of stress at the very minimum, and it's going to help you in a tremendous way as you're having to sign these documents and talk to your lender, talk to the title company, talk to me, right? You're doing a lot of things that if you have that understanding up front, it's going to help you tremendously. So I highly recommend getting that first before you actually have to and are engaged in the process. And one final tip is getting the finances in order before we look at houses. And this is why it's so important. All of the points before I was talking about in regards to speed and research, this is part of doing your due diligence to be prepared to buy a house. So right now in today's market, because there are cash offers coming in, investors coming in with cash, there are others that are already have their financing in order. They're pre-qualified or pre-approved. They're all coming in with their documentation and the documentation, the support to say that they can buy this house. And you also need to have that in place. So talking to a lender, I do have one or two that I can recommend to you if you don't have a lender. And you can get the financing in order, and it's very quick process. I mean, within 24 hours, as long as you have the documents ready, which basically is this. It's your past 2 pay stubs, past 2 months bank statements, past 2 years taxes, and just verification information about yourself. And then once they pull your credit and you fill out an application, it's pretty easy from there. They're going to ask you other documents that they need just to verify specific things that come up on the report, and they can issue even a pre-approval for you so that you're all set to go and you're ready to have confidence in putting an offer on a home. So it gives it that much more meaning, the time that you're spending when you're looking at homes, that that, hey, I'm ready to buy a house, and if I want to get this and I fall in love with the house, I can put an offer in. I don't have to wait for financing. And even 24 hours that it takes to get your financing in order can be the difference between that being off market and sold to you having a chance in putting an offer in. So to prevent disappointment and to be really strategic about it, get your financing in order. And of course, if you have questions about that, please feel free to reach out to me, and I can definitely help you as best I can. Thank you so much for watching this video. Really appreciate your support. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It's right down below. If you want to contact me, my contact information is in the description below. And until then, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you next time.